What if you were already infected with age, not just by time, but by something deeper? What if your cells were holding on to a memory of decay, a program of decline that no one ever asked your permission to run? And what if, right now inside laboratories across the United States, scientists were learning how to rewrite that code? Line by line, cell by cell, year by stolen year. This is not a headline. This is not science fiction. This is the future of aging, and it has already begun. The anti-aging vaccine is not one formula. It is not one pill. It is not one miracle shot. It is a code-breaking technology, a cellular language redefined, a way to train the immune system to stop attacking the body from the inside out, a way to silence the inflammation that ages you long before the mirror shows it. At the center of this revolution is a shift in thinking. For decades, aging was seen as inevitable, linear, predictable. But U.S. researchers from institutions like Washington University, Harvard, and Cornell are now exposing a different truth. Aging is driven by inflammation, by immune dysfunction, by cellular betrayal, and those patterns can be rewritten. In recent studies, vaccine-like therapies have been shown to reduce senescent cells, those zombie-like cells that refuse to die and instead release toxins into your bloodstream. These cells do not just slow you down. They speed your decline. They erode your tissues. They damage your brain. They trigger the silent collapse you feel but cannot name. Ask yourself. Have you noticed a tiredness that does not lift? A fog that creeps in even on your best days? A recovery that takes longer? A mood that swings faster? A strength that fades quicker? That is not aging. That is sabotage. And now we know where it begins. Imagine a world where your immune system is retrained to recognize and clear these cellular traitors. Imagine waking up knowing your body is no longer fighting itself. Imagine the biological clock not only slowing, but recalibrating, healing, rewinding. This is not just about living longer. This is about living younger, sharper, stronger, calmer, wiser. This is about unlocking the years you were meant to live, not just survive. And it begins with understanding how the immune system lost its way, and how scientists are finally guiding it home. You have heard of vaccines for viruses. Now, prepare yourself to hear about vaccines for decay itself. The war against aging is not coming. It is already here. The only question is, will you be ready when the cure arrives? Inside your bloodstream, there are soldiers, cells trained to protect, cells designed to respond, cells that once knew how to keep you safe. But with time, and with chronic stress, poor diet, polluted air, broken sleep, those soldiers forget their purpose. They begin to misfire, to attack what they should protect, to ignore threats they once recognized. This is the story of immune aging. Not because your body is weak, but because your cellular memory is confused. The anti-aging vaccine does not just boost. It retrains. It teaches. It recalibrates. Through targeted molecules and encoded instructions, it reminds the immune system of its original mission to heal without harm, to guard without guilt, to destroy the old only when necessary, and never the young that still remain. At the University of Minnesota, Scientists have been testing senolytic immunotherapies, vaccine-like interventions that help your immune system locate and remove senescent cells. These cells, once cleared, release space and energy back into your system. In animal models, this reset led to increased lifespan and restored organ function. In simple terms, they made older organisms younger, not with time travel, but with cellular clarity. They removed the confusion. They removed the clutter. They restored the code. Other trials at Washington University showed similar results. When the immune system is guided to stop attacking healthy cells and start targeting malfunctioning ones, inflammation levels dropped. Memory improved. Muscle regeneration returned. Even insulin sensitivity sharpened. One of the first biomarkers of true biological renewal. But this science only works when you are ready to see aging differently. Not as a passive clock, but as a programmable system. A system that responds to inputs. A system that obeys instruction. A system that can be missiled and can be led back. Ask yourself, if your immune system could be re-educated, would you let it? Or would you cling to what is familiar, even if it is slowly burning you from the inside out? This is your wake-up call. Your aging is not just happening, it is being executed. But what if the next dose you receive is not for a virus, but for vitality itself? You were never meant to rust. You were meant to evolve. And now, with every new breakthrough, that evolution is no longer a theory. It is a therapy. Your immune system is not just a defense system. It is a sculptor, a regulator, a translator between the body and the brain. And when it falls out of tune, the entire orchestra of your biology plays the wrong notes. Scientists now understand that inflammation in the brain, microglial activation, cytokine storms, vascular aging, is not a side effect of aging. It is a driver. It is the cause behind memory loss, emotional volatility, mood instability, and brain fog. At the Weill Cornell Medical College, recent clinical models demonstrated that reducing chronic brain inflammation in older adults led to an increase in BDNF. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This is the molecule responsible for creating new neurons, new connections, new learning. When inflammation goes down, regeneration begins. Imagine a brain that becomes more adaptive with age. Not duller, not slower, but sharper, more agile, more emotionally balanced. That is what this new wave of vaccines is targeting. Restoration of internal balance through immune recalibration. But it goes deeper, because aging is hormonal, too. Testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, insulin. Each one of these hormones responds to the inflammatory environment inside your body. They are not aging independently. They are aging together. And when chronic inflammation is removed through immune rebalancing, senescent clearance, and anti-aging vaccines, those hormone systems begin to restore themselves. Your energy rises, your sleep deepens, your libido returns, your muscle density strengthens, your mental focus becomes reliable again. This is not magic. This is mathematics. Balance the system and the outputs improve. Target the dysfunction and the entire performance rises. Rewire the immune code and everything downstream begins to shift. Ask yourself, what have you blamed on age that might really be inflammation? What if your tiredness, your forgetfulness, your low drive, your scattered emotions, what if all of it was a signal that the code had been corrupted? And what if you now had access to the antidote? Not just in the future, but in habits, in protocols, in strategies that prepare your body to receive these medical revolutions with full effect. Because the research is not just showing us how to create these vaccines, it is showing us how to become the kind of body that responds to them. And that begins now. You cannot inject your way to youth. Not fully, not forever. Because what the vaccine starts, your lifestyle must sustain. The most powerful anti-aging protocol is not only in the lab. It is in your living room, your kitchen, your bedroom, your daily rhythm, your invisible decisions. To receive the full effect of the coming therapies, your body must become receptive. That means lowering systemic inflammation, protecting circadian rhythms, and stabilizing your metabolic base. Start with your breath. Slow it. Deepen it. Drop into parasympathetic tone. Each deep breath you take is not just calm. It is medicine. It teaches your immune system to relax, reset, recalibrate. Then look at your light. Are your mornings full of blue light from screens or sunlight from sky? Light is hormonal code. It regulates melatonin, cortisol, insulin, dopamine. Begin your day with nature's light, and your system remembers what balance feels like. Now, address your inputs. Ultra-processed foods, even in small amounts, fuel cytokine surges. These are not empty calories. They are inflammatory triggers. Choose whole fats, slow carbs, clean proteins, not just for energy, for immunity. Move with purpose, but not to burn. Move to circulate. Blood flow is what delivers immune instructions. Walking, resistance, sprint intervals. They are not just for your waistline. They are how your body reactivates self-cleaning systems. Protect your sleep like a treasure. Deep sleep is when neuroimmune coordination repairs you. Miss it, and even the best therapies falter. Create a sacred bedtime routine. Make it boring. Make it consistent. Make it non-negotiable. And above all, regulate connection. Human presence heals. Shared meals, eye contact, unfiltered conversation. They release oxytocin, suppress inflammation, boost regenerative signals. Loneliness is not just emotional pain. It is biological corrosion. Ask yourself, are you living in a way that invites healing or resists it? Are you a vessel prepared for the cure or a system still wired for breakdown? The future of anti-aging will not just be delivered. It will be partnered with, earned, activated. And you are the switch. What you have just learned is not only a science report. It is a future vision, a doorway, a mirror. You were told aging was linear. That time was a thief. That decline was natural. But now you know better. Aging is not fate. It is a formula. And formulas can be changed. The anti-aging vaccine is not the end goal. It is the beginning of a revolution. It is the unlocking of a code that was always there. Beneath the inflammation, beneath the fatigue, the lies of inevitability. Inside you is a system that remembers how to heal, that remembers how to grow, that remembers what it was like before you began to shrink, not in height, but in vitality, not in weight, but in purpose. Not in speed, but in spirit. You do not need to become immortal. You need to become intentional. With every breath, you send a message. With every choice, you shift your chemistry. With every habit, you train your cells. And now, with science as your ally, you become something more than just a survivor. You become a builder of time. Ask yourself, when the day comes and the therapy is offered, will you be a match for it? Will your system be ready? Will your mind be aligned? Or will you wait passive, hoping for salvation while living like your biology is not listening? The truth is the cure is already here. In part rhythm, in steps, in behavior. The vaccine may amplify the change, but you are the one who must begin it. You are not your age. You are your signals. You are not your wrinkles. You are your rhythms. You are not your timeline. You are your truth. And now your truth is this: you are not breaking down. You are building up. If you choose it, the future belongs to those who stop aging on paper and start living by intention. It belongs to those who learn how to lead their immune system like a conductor leads a symphony, with harmony, with clarity, with power. The clock has been rewritten, and now so have you.